to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have such sights to show you. This cave of wondrous podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Spotify. I, of course, as your host, Mike G, as my brain just dies. And with me, as always, is the coolest co-host with the most, the coolest host with the most, get that right, Winter Trash Monk the Thizard.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your Trash Monk the Third. That's Trash Monk I. That's Trash Monk I. And I'm coming at you from the mountains of Mordor, the mountains of Misty, and that mist is vape juice, and I'm coming at you. Did not watch the Michael Jackson documentary yet. Tried to find it. That. Yeah, apparently I can't find it anywhere to stream yet, like a criminal. And
a smooth criminal, some may say. Sorry.
You mean that's not an Alien Ant Farm original? Okay, now here we go.
You found the fastest way to trigger me on any podcast episode. You mean that Alien Ant Farm song? Just like punch him in the face. Like,
didn't Save on Ferris do that original "Come On Eileen"?
Right. Oh,
what other?
That burns me so bad.
Yeah,
because there's kids who don't know, and they're old now. Those kids who didn't know then are old now.
Come on, Eileen.
Doesn't that trip you out? Oh, like
I don't think about it.
Like kids who, people who think that the only version of Faith is done by Limp Bizkit. You mean that Limp Bizkit song? What?
Well,
no.
So I'm becoming more and more the person that has no clue what modern music is. Like this whole weekend. So what I did, I bought some strings for my mandolin.
Yeah.
And I replaced them, and I cleaned this whole thing up, and I set it up to get some nice sound to it. And I've been playing the heck out of it. And I've been listening to more bluegrass folk-ish type music with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have people, I'm still a grunge fan and all that, but I'm stuck in the pre-60s or 70s bluegrass bands in the moment of the high-pitched vocals and the banjo going on in the background there. I'm terrible at the banjo. I've tried it.
It's rough,
but
it's a rough instrument, man.
But I am becoming more and more a fan of bluegrass, just like the improv of it, improvisation.
Yeah.
There you go. And good stuff. But you haven't asked me about my week yet.
I thought,
or did you?
You just kind of smoothly transitioned that you bought your bought your strings for your mandolins. How did you just take it?
Yeah, so I bought my mandolin string, and I started watching a show that has perhaps one of my favorite intro music, because it has I believe the show came on at 10 o'clock, and I can only imagine the show's after this, Would You Rather 2020 is blank, 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 and then you hear wow, 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 wow. All right, wow, 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 and then like a bunch of sexual innuendos happening.
Okay.
And then, well, yeah, I'm talking about Boston Legal, folks. I've never even seen the Practice, which Boston Legal was a spinoff of, and this is my childhood of waking up at around 5:00 to get ready for school and to take the bus, and I would catch an episode of Boston Legal on TV Land before walking to the bus stop. So just picture like a 14 or 15-year-old just watching Danny Crane.
Danny Crane. He was your idol, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, David Spader is Alan Shore, that character. I like the Blacklist, and David Spader is pretty much doing there's certain things that he's doing for both characters. They're like, oh, that's he's a character actor now. But that's enough about my weekend.
No,
how was
man.
yours?
You got me thinking, man. Like, that's a hell of a top 10 episode. Top 10 television theme songs.
Boston Legal. Boston. Yeah. No, top 10 favorite Boston Legal.
Oh, jeez. I will watch the series just to do that with you, man. I don't care. Yeah. I'll super do it.
Yeah.
We'll just do.
I like the ones with Betty White.
Betty White is.
I like the ones where where it has the. I can't remember. It's a character actor who always plays like he's an old man who has like a Southern accent, and I think always plays a gay guy.
Is that the show where Chevy Chase played like a Nazi war criminal? And he was on trial?
No.
It was real rough.
I
think that was Boston Legal, man. Or was it one of the?
I'll just type in Chevy Chase.
Yeah, there was some kind of, he was on some show. I think it was either like one of the 50 Law and Orders or Boston Legal, where Chevy Chase played like some kind of war criminal. And they finally caught him, and he was on trial. But he was saying that it's past the statute of limitations because he was super old.
I didn't see it. It's probably Law and Order. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, the first thing that comes up when I type in Chevy Chase war criminal is Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Oh, damn, I guess we're not going to Maryland, man. I guess that's just Ixnay on the Maryland made. That's a little pig Latin for you suckers.
But, my dear boy, how was your weekend?
I wanted to start off by asking you a question, a real quick question that'll somehow segue into my week.
Yeah.
Were you the kid, or did you know the kid growing up that used to talk to their food? Like talk to it?
No. I never
you didn't
had
know
a
that
friend
kid
that
who would just talk to their food?
No.
So
nope.
I just thought about this driving home, and there was this kid in elementary school where he would eat cereal, right? We were all like in the morning in elementary school, and he would whisper to a cereal, man. Like he would, you see him just like telling his cereal like dark secrets, and we would just be like, "What are you doing?" And the kid would be like, "Nothing." He would just get real defensive about it, and it made me think like, "What did he tell his cereal, man? Like what arcane histories was passed on to that bowl of like kicks, dog?" It's trippy. Has nothing to do with my week, because my week, while the world was getting mad and both happy at watching Captain Marvel, I, Mike G, was studying The Blade. My week was all Devil May Cry 5 all the time, nonstop.
Oh, I thought you got a katana.
No, I don't play with that anymore after the accident, but I do play Devil May Cry 5, and I've been playing that nonstop.
What was the accident?
I can't talk about that on a podcast.
Let's just say that you'll be holding Shiva for now on.
Shiva.
Now that you're Jewish.
Oh, I was thinking about the character from Resident Evil 5.
Of course Shiva. You are. That's because this is a nerd podcast, folks.
See the difference? Do you see the difference between us? Do you see the difference in our class, as Karen would say? Capcom references all over. So Devil May Cry 5, DMC 5 is amazing. It's and then you see corn, and then you get stung by static electricity. Amazing. And I was kind of hesitant to talk about it because it seems like I only talk about games I like. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like poo-pooing things, and I'm not going to give money to a game that I don't think I'll have a good time with just to have something negative to say. I'm not that kind of guy, and I kind of don't like portraying that. So I don't want it to seem disingenuous when I talk about stuff. There's some stuff on this podcast I've mentioned that I hate. I can't think of it now because I just expel that stuff from my mind. Oh yeah, Batman versus Superman. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about Devil May Cry 5, which is almost bringing Capcom to next level, Capcom in the 90s levels of awesomeness. And I'm not going to spoil anything because if you want spoilers for Devil May Cry 5, you just have to step outside your house or plug into the internet because they're all over the place.
Step outside the house.
Step outside the house. But what I will say is that the game is amazing. The game has the difficulty in the game is not in the actual game. It's in what you want to do with the game. And what I mean is that there's 3 playable characters in Dante, Nero, and V. And they're kind of small, medium, and large in difficulty and availability of pulling off sick combos and stuff like that. Where V is kind of like has the lesser moveset. So he's easier to wrap your brain around and kind of do cool stuff with. But then there's Nero, who's kind of middle ground, where his combo list just explodes. And you have tons of different options, and you have multiple ways to kill the monster, so to speak. And that could be a bit challenging. That's the one thing I kind of didn't like about the game, is that you can do simple stuff and beat the game, but if you really want to get that triple S sexy smoking style, because the game rates you on how good you do, it rates your performance. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. And Devil May Cry and Bayonetta are kind of games that do that. And the difficulty in playing the game in Nero is about middle tier, whereas Dante is damn near
oh my goodness
impossible to master. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to say I know what you're saying, but I literally zoned out for the last 30 seconds
I don't care,
of you
man.
talking.
I don't because I need to talk about it because this is all I've been doing. And Dante,
absolutely, this is my own bird in the bear.
This is the bird and the bear. This is why you're a part of this adventure. And just to make it quick, Dante is pretty much the kitchen sink. He has 4 different fighting styles that branch off into 50 different moves for each style. It's frustrating. It can be frustrating because either you're conducting an orchestra with multiple moving pieces and everything's beautiful and in sync and just it feels good, or you're a gorilla slamming a bone against a trash can. You don't know what you're doing, but you're just trying to make it work. And the game fluctuates between those moments where you feel completely in control and you know you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing and it feels great, or you're getting your butt beat and you're just struggling to wove this tapestry of beautiful attack cinema. And that's the only gripe I have against it, is that it has a pretty crazy difficulty tier, not in the game, but in what you want to do. And that kind of brings me on to one thing I did want to talk about and get your opinion on, Winter, is the spoil culture on social media and on YouTube and on pretty much any online avenue to gather information. If there's something you wanted to see or something you want to do, but you don't want to be spoiled on it, do you feel pressure to do that thing faster to save yourself from spoilers? Or do you just not care about spoilers?
I do care about spoilers, but it's hard for me to get real upset about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
It just, it's like there's so many other things that I see to be upset about, that to be spoiled about a movie that I'm still gonna see. Yeah. Now, if it was like a movie that focused, like if it was M. Night Shyamalan twist, then I would be upset probably, because it's like that's why people go to see his movies.
It's I get that, and I wouldn't say it's a level of anger. It's just a level of disappointment. Like, I felt pressured to beat Devil May Cry 5 over the weekend or during this time frame because the spoilers were just spilling out. Like, content creators could not help themselves, you know what I mean, but talk about it because they were so hyped. And I was like, I'm going to spoil myself if I'm online, and like I have to be online for this show, for our channel. I have to kind of be in the know for all this stuff, so I can have so we can have an opinion on it. But it's like I felt pressure to be like, okay, let me beat this game. Let me just get to the ending, and I can enjoy it later. I couldn't take it in like I wanted to because I don't play games like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I kind of sip it like a wine rather than just chug it like a beer. You know what I mean? Like it's just. But
no, I chug
my wine. That's weird. I got my big sip wine. Just throw it back. But like
big sip wine.
Huh? It has one of those Monster Energy drink tops where you go. It's just all wine, dog. That Pinot Grigio, dog. But it's like you're kind of obligated to go see Avengers Endgame the weekend it comes out, because if you wait till Monday, your butt is getting spoiled. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's like I have to see this now in fear that I'm going to know that the Fantastic Four and Barney the dinosaur show up, and I'm not going to be surprised. You know what I mean? It's kind of nutty. It's just that's the world we live in, where the news is instant. You know what I mean? It's instant gratification software that we're dealing with. I don't know. It's just something that playing that game and doing that whole experience just made me think about it, like spoiler culture and how being in tune with this stuff kind of makes you gelled to being as instant as the news that reports it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just something that's just kind of trailing off. So let's get into the news. News? Want to do some news?
All right. I'm gonna take you down to the news, and then we're gonna get higher.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. Don't even change it. It's perfect the way it is. It's like a fallen snowflake onto the hills of Columbia.
Hold on, let me try a different version. I'm gonna rock down to Electric Avenues, and then we're taking
That's
higher.
A good one too. Not as good as the first one. Okay.
Or let's just do multiple of these.
No,
I don't
have
any more.
That's fine. Those are two shiny beacons. those are two shiny. Okay. Real quick before we do the news, what's your favorite candy bar? Go.
Oh, I like Almond Joys.
Yeah.
I know. Because you're a little child that can't handle coconut.
I hate coconut, dog.
I know.
You already know why. You already know why.
Well, you got to look at the other stuff. Like, I've yet to hear someone say they hate almonds. I've yet to hear someone say they hate chocolate. But I've heard tons of Philistine people say that they hate coconut.
Philistines, Doug.
Yeah.
I will quote Woody Harrelson from Zombieland. It's not the taste, it's the texture.
Yeah, but he's playing make-believe, you see.
We don't know if Woody Harrelson really likes coconut. I don't think anyone's asked him. We don't know.
Yeah. Send us a tweet whether you like coconut or not.
I'm going to tweet out Woody Harrelson. He's not doing anything.
Hashtag down for the Coco. Hashtag not down for the Coco. Go.
Let's make that a thing. Yeah. Go. Just for the record, I am not down for the Coco.
Yeah.
And for the record, Winter is in love with the Coco.
Yeah. At least you're not down for the nut. Okay. Let's go.
That's just me falling off a cliff.
But here's at the same volume through the whole fall.
Yeah, the whole fall, the audio doesn't adjust.
All right, what are we talking about today?
Let's talk about some regrettable things, like this Doom Annihilation trailer. Did you see this?
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Hoo-ah!
Where do we begin with this thing? This creation of money and time and effort and storyboarding. Like, okay, you played Doom before, right?
Yeah.
And you know there's a Doom guy, right?
Yes.
And he wears like a big old Master Chief looking armor, and he runs around being all cool and destroying demons and stuff, right?
Right.
Why don't they ever use that character?
Because I think they're trying to be unique, sort of thing.
But then not call it Doom. Am I crazy? Like,
No, you are, but
yeah.
yeah,
Fair enough.
because I think, if how quickly can I get this to be a heady conversation? So in the NFL, they make this decision where we have a certain audience, we have a certain population that does not watch football yet. We need to figure out how to make it fit for them, because they have the people that are going to watch it because they love football, but they need people to watch it. They need people who don't love it, but they wouldn't mind seeing it. And I think what the decision was made, if I remember the story correctly, was that they were going to do more talk about the players more. And that's how you get the, like, we'll be right back with player Ray Rice or something like that.
Right.
And then they have that's when you start having fluff pieces, so that the people who are like knitting sweaters or whatever they're doing at their houses while watching go, oh, he's a really nice fella. I really wish that he would win. And then their husband can go, no, he sucks. You know what I mean? It's all. So
I'm super lost.
So let's connect this to Doom Annihilation, folks.
Please help me
Witcher
out.
doesn't bat 100 all the time, but
That's okay.
I think it's 1,000. But so there's already a core audience that's going to be playing Doom, regardless of whether they use the Doom Man or not, the Doom guy.
Yeah.
So they have to throw in, like, look at this girl. She's in the middle of this as well, and that's gonna. And you know how people get, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna play it because this is a groundbreaking game. I could be full of it right now. I could be just Old Man Winter talking about Pearl Harbor or something.
Yeah.
But I think there is a little bit about it of going, we could get the next Tomb Raider.
But the thing is about that is that
you'll never see the character in the game. It's the first person, I believe.
Even Tomb Raider, Lara Croft's in it, right? Lara Croft's in the movie. Like, Angelina Jolie was Lara Croft and doing flips and stuff. Right. Like the movie's called Doom, and the Doom guy, the player character, is nowhere to be found. It's Resident Evil all over again. You know, or it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is not that hard. Like, if you do a movie called McDonald's, a movie starring Daniel Day-Lewis in McDonald's, but Ronald McDonald is nowhere to be found. Is it still a McDonald's movie? You know, like, I don't get how this stuff goes to formula to production without this common thread. Like, it has to be a conscious decision to be like, okay, the Doom guy looks too close to Master Chief and we don't want to confuse people, so we're not going to have the character in the movie. That's fine, because Doom is the atmosphere and Doom is the monster.
Or you have folks in the room going, people, we've checked the charts, and people are more likely to watch a film if it has a leading female character in it shooting guns.
But that's not the movie. That's not the source material.
You're talking Garrett. I keep wanting to call you Garrett. Dang it.
That's okay. But there's a G in my last name, so I don't mind it. But
wow,
close enough.
I don't.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be a source material monster. Like, have free creative reign to make whatever story you want. But you're not gonna call the movie Iron Man and Tony Stark's not there. It makes no sense on a fundamental level. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why have a movie?
But
Yeah.
but that's assuming that the Doom character itself has like a
It
personality
doesn't.
like Tony Stark or like that
No,
sort of
but you
thing.
can create a personality. You can. The cool thing about the Doom guy is similar to like Michael Myers. It's a voiceless, kind of faceless avatar that you, as the character, emote to you. You're the voice of Doom guy as you're playing the game and going suck it and killing giant demons. So you could put any actor in that role and just make a new personality for Doom guy, and let that be the standard going forward. You know what I mean? Just have the character from the game in the game. Frustrating. Don't go see this movie. Don't support. I'm getting to the part of my life where I'm like, I will not.
Well, there is no go to see it straight to video, by the way.
Oh, then don't support it. Just put it like that. It's going straight to video. Why am I even bad? They can do whatever.
I don't know. You're an old man, Mike
Old
G.
Man River. Oh man.
Yeah, Sharks are tied 4-4, third period, 1:36. Let's go to the next.
You
story.
and your Sharks can get out of here.
I thought this was Fear the Fin podcast.
You know what? Okay. You and your fins. You would be. Did you hear that story about the lady who jumped into the jaguar puttock and got super clawed up? She was trying to take it.
Yeah. This is just. I don't know.
So the story, just let me try to get these giggles out. The story is that a lady was at, I think, like a Philadelphia park or something like that. I forget the city. And she was trying to take a selfie with an endangered black panther or something like that. It was like some big giant jungle cat, right? So she hops the gate to the enclosure and tries to snuggle up with this super death creature. And like a giant cat does, it says hi with his claws and just rips into her, like just totally just breaks her off. And they save her, and she survives. And then later, when she's healed her wound, she goes back to the zoo to apologize for jumping over the fence and bothering this majestic creature.
Right.
Crazy, man. Like, some people just don't get it. Like, some people are born without that part in their brain. You know what I mean? Like, the sign says danger. Just don't do it. Pro tip, man. You have anything to add to this moment in human history?
No, everyone has said what needed to be said about that. It's, I mean, what are you expecting from humanity, folks?
We live in the dark times. Speaking of times getting dark, apparently the CW show The Arrow is closing its doors after 8 seasons. The Arrow, he has failed this studio, man. He's finally out the door. I don't have much to say about it.
Introducing on the new DC streaming service,
Arrow Part 2.
Yeah. Crossbolt.
Speedy. Speedy on the DC universe.
Yeah.
It's ran its course. I'm kind of sad it didn't make it to 10 seasons. That's usually, once you're at 8, you might as well go for the 10. You know what I mean? Just make a nice round number. But that's,
that's been a hot biz talk by Mike G. If you're already at 8, you should go for 10.
Smoking a stogie in a big giant zoot suit. But yeah, the show ran its course. It's been overlapped by its successors, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl. They're all getting better ratings, and they're starting to slowly introduce Bat characters. And it's kind of like George with the Two Worlds. The moment Batman walks into the room, Arrow ceases to exist. You know what I mean? The worlds are colliding. Right. There's no need for Arrow when Batman is like sneaking his way into the CW. So I think it's about time they shut the doors on that show. It did what it was supposed to do. It created a whole new era for superhero shows. Like there was nothing like it since, I would say, Supernatural. You know what I mean? And
right.
I mean,
Supernatural is a different.
I'm sorry, Smallville. There's been nothing like it since
There you
Smallville. And it just changed the game for the CW, who was getting horrible ratings and when honestly was on its way out.
Yeah. Is Smallville canon?
Kinda. It's in
Okay.
the DC multiverse, so it's technically canon.
Oh, that's right. That's they're out for everything.
Super, they're out for everything. Like there's like even in the CW shows, they mention Smallville as a possible universe. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. It's all sadly a word like canon doesn't exist anymore. It's you know what I mean? Because
Star Wars has canon.
Don't get me started on Star Wars fans, but it's kind of
Hashtag love for the Coco.
hashtag hate for the Coco. Yeah, it's just canon is a word that doesn't apply because there's to some people the MCU is canon and the comics aren't. It's just the most backwards thing to think. But you know,
well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is its own canon.
And the Marvel comics have nothing to do with the Marvel.
Okay, you do that way too well.
That's a part of my life I'd rather not talk about.
Just imagine you having this thing around your head that doesn't allow you to go through metal.
I had to learn to talk like this because I was getting teased. But anywho, yeah. So long, Arrow made a flight of angels sing thee to thy rest. It made Batgirl or Batwoman or whatever Bat monstrosity they pour onto that channel, like maple syrup onto waffles. We'll have to deal with.
Yes. Speaking of maple syrup onto waffles, Valve is getting a lot of getting a lot of hot grease in the pan or whatever for the recent controversy over taking down a video game. Last week, Valve made the decision to remove, or actually deeming the recent game called Rape Day unacceptable for the game, and that they would no longer sell.
Why would they take that game down? That's not fair,
right? I mean, so you say that tongue in cheek, but there's very interesting consequences. We'll go unintended consequences, but as you know, I mean, I'm reading this, so I'm reading a little bit about this from the PC Gamer article, and I read what was it? The title this morning of it. And it says Valve doesn't seem to stand for much anymore. And I go, shut your mouth, PC Mag. What are you talking about? Valve doesn't seem to stand for much anymore. When did it stand for anything? Was I going for my world politics to Valve for it? Like, I wonder what Half-Life 2 has to say about the Somalia.
Nothing.
Anyways, yeah, so they're removing the game. Meanwhile, there's several hentai games still on the platform, and many games that would probably promote sexual assault. Grand Theft Auto is still on the platform, I believe.
Oh man! So everyone knows that if you're just in for the slime, if you're down for the filth, you go into Steam because it's the Wild West. You can put whatever you want on there; it doesn't matter. You know.
Yes, but now it's no longer the Wild West because they have the presidents. They have the background now of going, well, you took down this game, why don't you take down the other game?
It depends on how much smoke it rises. When you produce a game called Rape Day, you should probably expect a little backlash, maybe a little bit, from parents who are walking by their kids' PCs and laptops. It says, "Oh, what's that?" And little Lord Fauntleroy says, "Oh, Mom, it's Rape Day." I just bought it for $1 off Steam. There's going to be problems. There's going to be big problem.
Well, then the question then goes, big problems for the parents for not paying attention to what their kids are doing.
But the parents are never responsible. This has been proven. Parents have not been responsible for their children's actions since like the 40s. It's all media.
The 40s.
The media has raised generations of children. The parents aren't at fault. what kind of parent would actually patrol and monitor their children's output or input rather, or both? That's crazy.
Good parents, but
That's crazy.
yeah, it's weird because I get it. Like as a company, I would definitely take down a game called
Yeah.
Rape Day, but then I would also I wouldn't have the parameters set in place for that to begin with to have that even happen, and I would be very clear that hey, we're going to not have these type of games on our platform, not have this like fantasy like unicorn thing of like it's like we'll allow any game. It's like if you got it, we'll put it up on Steam for you. And then actually that's not the case multiple times. And now that they're I mean this has happened before with several other games. I believe they took down a ton of games like 5 or 6 months ago that were like adult content. But there's a certain game that is in the back of my mind that they're like, well, they'll allow this game still on there. And I can't remember. It's the game that's like all black and gray, and you pretty much play a school shooter type character.
In that game, damn it. What's the name of it? You
shoot the cops, and it's like...
Yeah, and you're like, it's really like neo-Nazi garbage. Kind of like, it's like called Hatred. I think it's called Hatred.
I bet. Yeah, that's got to be the title.
And you're this dancing looking dude who's wearing a black shirt. Yeah. Nah,
but that's okay.
Yeah. Because it's all part of the plan.
What's the plan?
We don't know, man. Only they know, dude. Because we grew up in a generation where if we wanted something, we can get it. And our parents were never the wiser. Like, do you know how much crap I went through going through Kazaa and going through LimeWire and going through Napster?
Well, that's because you were a terrible child, Mike.
The infinite filth, and now if your parent isn't dialed in to that, then your kid's going to get Hatred. He's going to get Rape Day. He's going to get Prison Planet,
What's Prison Planet?
Yeah.
What?
Put that on your PC.
No, I don't want the viruses.
Just do it. Only reason I'm good at computers is because I broke my the family PC so many times.
Oh dear.
just I want to download the Drew Hill album. Nope. Guess what you got? You got 38 Trojans. Figure it out. Oh man, good times. But yeah, Steam and Valve have never had any kind of inkling of moral high ground for them to now be like, oh, we're cracking down. This is our obligation. Like, come on, guys. You got your hand slapped being, pulling from the cookie jar. And now you want to be all holier than thou. And PC Magazine is holding them to some standard that they never held for themselves. Is utter malarkey, man. It just doesn't make sense.
Yep. Sharks win, by the way. All right.
You know what?
Yeah. So that's all pretty much I wanted to just bring up. Like, be on the lookout to see Valve making some more changes in the future of trying to compete with other streaming or game sources. And now there might be even new contenders going, well, we're the real Wild West, and that's going to be bonkers.
It's never going to end, man. Nope. And with games going more digital and it being easier to obtain this stuff, it's only going to get nuttier, man. It's only going to get nuttier.
Yes. And then, speaking of pooling, go on.
Speaking of nuttiness, and I just want to mention one more thing before we get into this article. Just real quick, Google patents a new controller for whatever they're doing. Google's making a gaming controller, and it kind of ties back to our conversation last episode about kind of gaming from the cloud. And I'm thinking like maybe they'll just sell the controller. You could just pull games into the controller to like filter through your TV.
I like that.
How nutty
idea, actually.
How nutty, and let that be the anchor.
It reminds me of like the plug and play things that
like the Super Nintendo plug and plays, that you plug in. So they have this controller, but they don't have a console patent. So what if that's just buy this controller and play Sony branded games, play Microsoft branded games,
or you just
from the controller?
download like a Chrome box or
Yeah,
Chrome game,
or an
Chroma
external, like
game.
just plug in an external hard drive into your smart TV.
Yeah, simple as that.
That's
Just
that.
plug in an external hard drive. Everyone knows how to do it. Everyone wants to do that.
I forget. People are stupid. You can't. We don't live in a 3-step society.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No, we don't. Going back to your good segue. Speaking of pulling things, because of this recent.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Lisa. You jumped the gun, but I'm happy with it because I love that song. Lisa, it's your birthday.
Well, now you're supporting a monster.
Fuck. I guess I am. I am. So, following the HBO special Leaving Neverland, which I did not watch and shall not watch, The Simpsons pulled the famous, are now infamous, Michael Jackson episode from The Simpsons runs. You know, the episode where Homer goes to the insane asylum and meets Michael Jackson and breaks him out to then sing Happy Birthday to Lisa.
What
Lisa,
season was that? Season 3?
3? Yeah. 3, when the Simpsons really started to pick up speed. And that's, I don't know how to feel about that. You know? Like, I don't know how to feel. I feel kind of bad about it in a way because Michael Jackson was found innocent, right? What is it? Am I lying for the allegations? But they never fully, he wasn't found guilty in a court of law, right?
That's the best way to put it.
Okay, I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was never found guilty in a court of law. But the common consensus is that Neverland Ranch was a rough place. Or it wasn't. We don't know. Because people are either lying or telling the truth. And some people are telling the truth. And some people are lying. But which is which? One face only lies. One face only tells the truth. Which one is it? And now they're putting either a light to a monster or they're selling the name of a good man. And we just don't know. Right? There's to all these weird allegations that are coming out about people.
Yeah.
Some of them are true as right. Like R. Kelly is guilty as sin. That guy did that shit. Pardon my French.
All right.
Right? Did you see that interview?
Right.
Where he's yelling and howling, and it's like, oh man, this guy did it, dude. That sucks. Like you could just see it on his face, like, you're fucked, dude. Yeah. That's rough.
And you know, it's important. Like, so I think it's good that we talked about Valve in the beginning of this because it has the standard. I use the argument of the standard now being set for Valve, and I think the standard of The Simpsons now putting this standard out. Like, okay, you're going to remove episodes with Michael Jackson in it. What about episodes that have Mike Tyson in it?
Yep.
Who wasn't found not guilty, was found guilty. Or
guilty.
Yeah, or like how far are you going to go down this rabbit hole of revising art that's already been taken, that already hit the mainstream? Yeah, out there.
It's only been in the last like 5 years that media has gotten this revisionist history to where they're trying to future-proof the past. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's like, and I'm starting to not care anymore. Like, you know, Chocolate Factory is an amazing album. I'm never going to not deny that. R. Kelly Chocolate Factory is a great album, but he is a monster. So where do I stand on that? Right.
And you know, the biggest group that does this is Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like
100%.
Someone brought this to me in a podcast that I was listening to about how they were talking about how like Tarantino, this was before some other stuff came out, but they were talking about how everyone was like going down, like choking, like trying to knock him down because of him working with Harvey Weinstein, and then cut to Lady Gaga, or like several other people who've worked with R. Kelly in the past.
Right. So it's like, it's like you see pictures of Oprah Winfrey hugging like Donald Trump and stuff like that. It's like, you can't, I'm starting to not care. Like, I'm
down that
really.
road. Let's not go down the Donald Trump road. Hey.
Hey, well, I think that's the first time I mentioned his name on this podcast. Probably will be the last.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
alienate our fans.
no. If you like, let's not even talk about it. I didn't even negatively. I didn't put that in a negative light. I super didn't. I did.
I mean, we're talking about rape allegations, and you break
yeah. Well,
we know where Mike G's mind is going, folks.
If the shoe fits, Chihuahua.
Hashtag I love the coconut.
Hashtag I hate the coconut.
We know.
You know what? I'm already a communist, according to this podcast.
Yes, you hate coconut, and
I hate individuality.
Yeah. Your typical Los Angeles liberal bias coming into the podcast. Why don't you listen to your MSN LSDBC and let the real people talk? Okay,
if I
go on.
Want to say, that would be the upper end of the episode. Yeah. That's out of control. But I don't care anymore. Like, I'm gonna like what I used to like. And if the person ends up being a monster, I don't have to like that person, but I can like. Yeah. I can like what happened in my past. Mm-hmm. You know, I can still like usual. You know.
Yeah. How about the argument of separating the person from the art?
Yeah, you have to. You super have to. Like, especially because you don't know what's in their hearts. And
yeah.
The longer
if you can't do that, then guess what? All your Pixar movies that go out the window.
Because we're all born in sin, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. And that's the message that I want people to know at the end of this episode. We're all terrible.
We're all terrible.
We're all born in sin. We're all gonna die.
We're all varying degrees of sanctus and sullied.
Yes. And it's really, our life can best be compared as pigs just running around in feces, being covered in it, and then having the gall to then look at another pig going, "Wow, you stink."
Oh, you stink. You should take a shower, as I am bathed in viscera. But I'm just saying, man, like, don't take away people's Simpsons love just because there's the hot thing going on. And it's funny, it's like a year from now, the episode will be back up. Because this fiasco will be out of the news circle. It'll be back up.
It's either already up or people have like copies of it. Like, now I should have not thrown away my seasons of Simpsons.
Yeah,
and,
right? Yeah. Because you think this stuff is future proof. You think like, okay, it's digital. I can watch every episode of The Simpsons forever. And it's like, no, like you can't. No one, unless you taped them back in the day. And taping is an antiquated thing that people are like, what's taping? But if you recorded episodes of Beavis and Butthead back in the day, you can't watch those same episodes today. It's impossible.
So here's a sidebar. Do you think that they have a way of like we're talking about taping. Is there a way to just hook up a hard drive to your TV and have it just record everything that's being broadcast?
I'm sure there is. But I'm sure
let's look into that, folks. I'm sure it's highly illegal.
Ultra illegal, but it was illegal back then. But people still, as long as you're not selling the data that you're recording, it's not illegal. It's the FBI warning in front of front of every movie. You know, it's like
unless it was aired on TV, then you have the legal right to record those movies.
But you do not have the right to pay people to watch it. Isn't that funky?
Like, I remember getting cassette tapes of Gilligan's Island in the mail, and this was in the early 90s.
I remember taping episodes of Batman the Animated Series on an extended VHS tape and watching them religiously.
Well, I remember watching the Stand miniseries on VHS.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All the times have come.
What you do with that same attitude?
That's not on the Stand.
No, it should have been though.
Hashtag love the Coco. Okay.
Hashtag hate Coco. What are you looking forward to this week?
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to figuring out the release date for Halo Master Chief Collection, my dude.
Ooh, are you going to play that?
Yeah. Like, I've been wanting another game to play. Like, I play Apex every now and then, but Apex needs to get updated, or AMD needs to update their drivers so that the game doesn't crash every fourth game.
Right. They're working on it though.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, a squad that I play with regularly, we got our first win together.
Yo.
And one of the first times I yell a lot in the mic, but this was a good yell.
Good, man. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Sweet. I guess I'm looking for
Alabama.
What happened?
You said sweet, and I went home Alabama.
Blue. I guess I'm looking forward to my birthday, which is coming up.
Mike G, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mike G.
Yeah, that made my month. Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow.
Makes up for me not buying you anything.
No one buys me anything. The older you get, the less gifts you get, people. Hashtag tears.
Like you're 28, right?
Yep, I'm a hot 28 for the next 20 years. You ever just want to scream? Like, okay, 0-year-old Michael had no idea what was going on. It was his birthday. He was cooing and doing all types of baby level stuff. 5-year-old Michael lost his mind and was like, birthday! It had cake and ice cream and like clowns and things running around. 15-year-old Michael was too cool to deal with it. And he was just brooding in a corner listening to Linkin Park. I
tried so hard. It's your birthday. In the end, I'm not going to be here forever.
So fast forward to now, birthday Mike, and I'm just screaming into a mirror, looking my mortality in the face. Like, I'm only so long for this world.
I hurt myself today.
We feel a lot on this podcast.
See if I still feel.
I'm focused on the free. Okay, moving on.
What have I become? That's the class. That's the song that makes me cry.
This song makes me laugh.
What?
Okay,
Mike.
It's funny because the Nine Inch Nails version moves me, but the Johnny Cash version makes me laugh.
How dare you, sir?
I'm the kind of guy who laughs.
And you could have it all.
Shut up.
I like the Johnny Cash one. You got to watch the music video more because it has everything that will make Winter cry. It has it has old man playing music, old man doing weird stuff, and old man looking longingly at his old wife.
His life past him, dude. His mortality, right?
Yeah, like going over his life. It's like, oh man, that makes me. I'm gonna have to watch that after this.
Nah, dude, don't cry. No winter, no cry.
I'm gonna cry, and cry some more.
In your broken heart, because you're lucky. Are you a star?
An all-star. All right, so that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to eventually go see Captain Marvel so I can have an opinion on it next week. And I am going to maybe...
Or you can be like most film critics and say that you've seen it.
I've seen it, just lie. I saw it was garbage.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that because I have played that whole shindig. Ah, man. Do you have any passing thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, check out my social media at Trashmonk the Third. That's Trashmonk III. We're doing some good stuff. Releasing an audio drama, I think this summer. We're talking about casting it right now, and Chiggy got a lot of products in the bag.
Yep, cool. And I plan on writing a graphic novel called Peaches and Leeches. It's about decadence in the medieval times.
What?
Yeah. It's about a prince in a sovereign nation in medieval times who falls deathly ill in one of those medieval doctors with the mask has to cure him. Uh-huh. So it's all about decadence and medieval methods of curing things.
Peaches, leeches, peaches,
leeches, baby. I'm making all this up right now.
It's all peaches and leeches, baby.
Peaches and leeches, baby. But if you want more stupidness like this, and goofiness, check out our Twitter account, which is at mnerdiverse. I'm trying to hit 1,500 followers. So please,
Whoa.
if you are listening to this podcast and you have not yet visited our Twitter account, there's more fun stuff to be had at mnerdiverse. Follow us so that you can check out our new content. And if you like our content, please leave a like. Of course, if you want to support us and help us get more viewers, you can definitely leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Is this podcast lame? Is it awesome? Just let us know either way. We'll love it. And please, please, please leave us a review on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts. That would do us a huge solid. I want to see more reviews either way because I just want to hear from you guys. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Trash Monk the Third.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.